Hello Pisces friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Pisces June 2024 astrology forecast. I'm very excitedly calling the theme of this month, Your Personal Wish Granting Fairy Arrives This Month. And I'm going to go over all the astrological reasons why I'm saying this. We're going to talk about the potentials of the stars because that's what we look at in astrology. We look at the potentialities from the transits. It's kind of like a weather report. When certain weather systems come together, it increases the odds of certain types of weather and phenomena. And that's what astrology is. We look at potentials. They're not always manifestations, okay? So that's something really critical to know about astrology reports. That's why every person doesn't have every single thing that someone talks about as a potential happen for them. But we are also going to talk about ways that you can help the universe along and not just be a spectator in your life, be a co-creator. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. There's so much to talk about this month. Okay, so your wish granting fairy is going to start, let's see, with some general information. We've got from the middle of May until the middle of July, open from personal planet retrogrades, which means that things can manifest faster and you can take more of an active role in manifesting and activating positive change and taking from the potentials, forming from the potentials, manifestation and clear, crisp actualization. Okay, so it's always easier when we don't have personal planet retrogrades to do this. And so you've got that as one check for your fairy. And now we're going to go into some specific planetary transits and what the potentials are and what you can do to help activate your wish granting. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is Jupiter. I am actually going to have a Jupiter in Gemini for Pisces special video coming out. So if you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe and click the bell to make sure you get notifications, or subscribe on whatever podcast place you're listening, because you don't want to miss it. I'm going to be posting so much in May. All right. And so I'll have a separate report on Jupiter, but we're going to talk about it here as part of your wish granting profile. Okay. So Jupiter is the great expander. It is the great bringer of luck. It is the great benefic. It's the protector. It's the bringer of optimism. It's the bringer of positive change and growth, expansion, broadening of horizons. And Jupiter is going to be affecting everyone in Gemini. I'll talk about that in a second. But specifically just for Pisces, it's going to be affecting your fourth house of home. So one of the strongest areas that is ripe and ready for your wishes and for your manifestation and for your co-creations with the universe is in your housing circumstance. So if you want to buy a house, if you want to sell a house, the stars are amazing for this at this time. If you need a new roommate, if you need to stop a pattern of having terrible, sucky roommates, if you need to find a new place to live or move a short distance or a long distance, or get a mold issue in your house worked out, or something that has to do with your house, adding to it, expanding, improving it, getting into real estate for your business. And if you work in real estate, this is extra glory for this placement. Okay, so your personal fairy is extra supercharged in your home and housing sector. It's going to be not only for the whole year from May 2024 to May 2025, because Jupiter will be there that long, but you've got extra energy with Venus and the Sun there with Jupiter. Okay. So Venus brings money and comfort and nurturance. The Sun is a giant spotlight that adds all of this energy and vibrance, helps you see problems better sometimes. So sometimes these aspects can show you that there's been a problem. For instance, let's say you've been sick and all of a sudden you find out you've had mold. Well, that sucks, right? But what's great about it is that you found out the problem and now it's out in the open and the Sun has elucidated it. So, if a problem comes up at this time, it's only working towards getting everything sealed and cleared up and, better for you from the ground level up. But you've got the help of Jupiter, you're going to have the help of Mercury, you're going to have the help of Venus, you're going to have the help of the Sun, all with your wish-granting fairy attributes in your home and housing sector. Very, very exciting. This is also amazing for home-based business. If you need a new job, amazing time for that. If you want to launch a business, one of the best times ever. If you're listening to this early, this is a report for June, but I want to mention a date that I did talk about in the May report, but I want to bring it back. May 23rd is an epic time in the stars. I will actually also be posting a full moon report for that day. So again, just make sure you're subscribed, click the bell because you don't want to miss this. But we have a full moon in Sagittarius at that time, and we also have 3 amazing aspects, plus 1 the day before. So if you have to do something important and you're listening to this early, then that is an amazing time too. So I just wanted to mention that. But if you missed that, June is full of chock full of opportunities to do anything important. If you need a new job, if you want to do anything with home-based work or family is another place where your wish granting fairy is at work very busily. If you have a home issue or a family issue, a foundational issue, a pattern that you want to heal, put your wishes to work now. This is really, really, really strongly in effect. Again, this is extra charge for the short term because you have Mercury, Venus, and the Sun there as well, but you've got a long-term storyline of extra good luck and Jupiter at work for you for a whole year from May 2024 to June 2025. Okay, so much there. Anything that you can think of along the lines of inner child, psychology, home, family, put your fairy to work here because there's so much extra potential here, and the more you take an active role, the better. Now, I want to take a quick moment to go over a few ways that you can be a co-creator in your experience to work with your personal fairy this month for the things I've talked about already and the things that we're going to talk about next. Because we don't just have to sit by and watch our lives like a spectator in the passenger seat. Yes, certain things are destined. Yes, there are certain things out of our control. I believe that that is definitely true. But I also believe that there are tributaries of experience that run alongside as different possibilities. And the more we actively get involved and get engaged and do our inner work and do our outer work, the more we can move along to a destiny that is unknown and maybe already decided in certain ways. We can have a different quality of experience. So this is a time for Pisces to improve your quality of experience, and your personal wish granting fairy can help. So a few ways that you can assist is by setting clear and specific intentions. Sometimes this is a little bit challenging for Pisces because you're so aware of the all that is, and you're so aware of the connectedness of everything that sometimes it's hard to narrow down something very specific in clear language. But this is your task this month to help your fairy, okay? So you want to set clear and specific intentions about what you want to achieve in the areas that we discussed, in the areas we're about to discuss, or anything else, okay? The more clear and the more specific your intention, the more you write it down, the better it's going to be and the easier it's going to be to manifest. Something else that you can do, and this is so important, this is not just metaphysical, okay? This is very important that you know this. Visualizing your positive outcomes tells your reticular activating system in your brain that you want to be informed if anything along the lines of what you want to create is in your general vicinity. It's basically your filter. This is why if you are looking to buy a car and you haven't bought a car before, but then as soon as you make the decision to buy the car, you all of a sudden realize there are like 50 car places in your neighborhood that you never even noticed. Why is that? That is because of your reticular activating system. You've let your mind, your subconscious mind, your system know, hey, I want to buy a car. And so it lets in, usually it filters that stuff out, right? That's its job. So it stops filtering out the things in your periphery that could be helpful to the goal that you have set. This is why if you visualize your new car in the driveway, why it can help you to do exactly that. Because every step along the way, a place where you could get money for it, a place where you can find the perfect car, all of those things, if they're in your periphery, intuitively or visually or otherwise, your reticular activating system will let you know. That's why if you visualize your success, this is going to help you tremendously. So your job, your mission, if you choose to accept it this month, is to take some strides, make some strides towards stopping thinking or stinking thinking, okay? So if you find yourself feeling like you're down in the dumps and your doldrums are, drumming, that you change it and you say, aha, I see you, sneaky addictive tendency to sabotage myself. I'm going to visualize and focus on my success. And this becomes a new habit. This becomes your new program, and you can take a more empowered role in your life and you can claim this. So this is really exciting. So those are just 2 ways. I could go into so many more, but there are other things to talk about here. Okay, so you're going to help your fairy along with what we just talked about. Now, our next level of fairy work here is Mars. So you've had all of May, and it will be the first part of June. You have Mars, the border collie of the zodiac, as I like to call him, rushing through your house of finances. This happens once every couple of years, and it makes you more gung-ho about making money and about getting the tangible material things that you need. This can also make you work harder because you have a goal in mind and you have your clear path set of what you're trying to do. This can also make you spend more money, whether you have it or not. So just be careful about that. But where your personal fairy can show up with the help of this transit is in manifesting money, is in manifesting your capacity to earn more money, and many other things. This can also have to do with your emotional security and ways of just getting more grounding in your life. As I've talked about many times, and I will always bring it back to this, Pisces rules the feet, and being a water sign, often Pisces feels like you're on shaky ground, like you're standing by the shore and your feet are sinking deeper and deeper. So grounding is really important. You can do like the standing mountain pose in yoga. Of course, I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing or diagnosing. If you have an issue with your feet or legs, and this might not be good for you, you need to do your due diligence. But one of my very dear friends, Celeste, who is still a yoga practitioner, she helped me to cure my plantar fasciitis from doing standing mountain pose. And even with working with that pose with my feet, when I was sitting down, I was able to strengthen tendons and release that issue. So the literal foot issue also relates to the figurative sort of grounding issue. So you can make strides and help your fairy manifest your healing of your feet, manifest your money, manifest making you feel more secure. And that's really exciting. Something else that's amazing about this time is that we are free from the heaviness, the weights, the active change of eclipse season. So the, March, April, May kind of intensity, we're just phasing out a bit now. June into July into August, we've got this period of integration. So it makes it really great for trying to engage in active change. So I will post this picture of the chart as the thumbnail on the podcast, just so you can peek over here too. And then I'll show you on YouTube here that you have we all have a ton of Aries energy right now. So this Mars rumping and bumping around is not the only thing going on. We've got a lot of other Aries energy in Taurus. So these are all, strengthening your personal fairies, manifestation powers for your money, your finances, your emotional and financial security. Okay, one other tidbit about these open stars. You will want to take advantage of this forward moving energy between mid-May to mid-July, because we have a very retrograde second half of 2024, because Mars is also going to go retrograde and it has a long shadow period. So if there are things that you are wanting to launch, that you're wanting to start new, that you're wanting to have the tides going out and go as far and wide as possible for as long as possible, try to rally and get motivated to do as much as possible in this mid-May through mid-July window. And June, of course, is right in the middle of that. So, all of this Aries energy will help, and that is exciting. So as the month progresses, the Sun, Venus, Mercury will all be moving towards Cancer, okay? And that is a totally different energy. This is an energy that jives very well with Pisces because they're water signs, right? Cancer and Pisces. So it makes a 120-degree angle, which is the most favorable in all of astrology. So as the month progresses, you'll start getting what I like to call kisses from these planets that can enliven your identity, bring motivation, bring inspiration. And all of this is going to be heading towards your 5th house of true love, of children, of creativity, of fun, of your bucket list, things that you've always been wanting to do, hobbies, pleasures. So as the month progresses, you'll have a lot of wish granting opportunities from your fairy in your things that you really want to do. You know, these things that if someone asked you, what could you do right now if money and time and nothing else were inhibiting you? So you've got a lot of wish granting area there. And again, visualize as if it's come true. All right, now let's talk about a couple of dates. We've got the new moon in Gemini on June 6th. All right, so that is at 16 degrees of Gemini. And that just adds to the fun of the home, family, real estate, etc. that we talked about. This is a really great time to plant seeds for your success with home, family, real estate, housing, etc. So that's just an extra time. You can reflect and write, focus on your communication skills, go to networking events, explore a new hobby. Gemini energy is very curious and it likes to get its fingers in a lot of pudding pies. So you might find that there are things that you're interested in, and this would be a great time to follow through with checking those things out. Okay, then the next date is June 21st. We've got the full moon at 1 degree of Capricorn. Capricorn is a business, work, employment sign, and so if you want to align and get your fairy going in that direction and you need some business, work, employment stuff, doing things around June 21st will add some extra oomph. And for you, this will be in the house of Aquarius. So friendships, your tribe, people that speak your language, you feeling like you're on a team with somebody. You may see fullness, completion, fruition, or even some drama that comes in the days around the 21st for that. This Capricorn full moon is in a sign that is in a nice angle for you. It's in an earth sign. Earth and water go together well. And so you get extra potential goodies from this. That's sending your fairy right in the direction of helping you with your wishes. And all of the Pisces placements can get goodies from this, but you early degree friends, so like the ones February 20th, 19, 20, 21 through 25th, something like that, you all will get an even bigger kiss from this full moon. We've covered a lot of info for this month, but if you want even more, including my famous sweet and salty dates in my write-up that I put out 1 month early, you can go to anniehelpsyou.com, put your name and email address in there. When you get the welcome letter, go to the archives and just search for whatever month, and year that you're looking for, and I have that report out so you can get my favorite dates, the ones to be awareful and careful of, plus you get tons of other goodies like my 28-day virtual coaching program called Shine, which is very comprehensive for free, and a Train Your Brain subliminal audio to help you stay calm during tough astrological transits. If you resonate with how I teach and you want to learn, whether it's for your personal development or to earn money as an astrologer, that is my area of expertise. At anniehelpsyou.com, you can go click on the up level button and find my astrology certification course. Of course, what you do with your education will determine the outcomes, but I've had many, many people start earning money from doing astrology just a few months in, and I keep the cost of this so affordable that literally you'd only have to do like 12 hours of work to pay off your tuition. It's really, really comprehensive. I would love to help you learn astrology in this wonderful, affordable way. So you can check that out at anniehelpsyou.com. Click on Up Level. I do tend to post things early, but if you want them super early, I do make them super early. You can click on the upgrade button at anniehelpsyou.com to register for my Secret Star portal. You'll also get my written horoscopes 1 month ahead and all kinds of goodies. So you can unleash and join my free VIP community. You can upgrade and join the Secret Star portal, or you can up level and learn astrology with me. If you want a nice, easy player for all of my content that's always updated, go to anniehelpsyou.com/astrology. All of these links will be in the notes underneath the podcast, and they are visually on the screen here for YouTube, which they'll also, if you click on the more button with the little dots and then click on the more button again, you can get into the notes and find these links. But you'll always see my podcast player there. You'll see my video playlist. You just have to click on the little 3 lines in the top right corner here to reveal the YouTube player, and so you can explore that. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.